Doing good, loving the snow. Oh, I know not many people like that.
You are the cause for this, and I'm not gonna blame you, but don't ever say that again. So
where was Wendy and I last night at 9 o'clock? Country skiing.
I don't know where you were
on a golf course.
Yeah.
Oh, moonlight was beautiful. It was a lot of fun.
Congratulations. Positively Petland show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on 800 KXIC. You have a guest in studio, and this is a rarity. Who do you have?
Yes, we have Chelsey from Knallhart Kennel and Training in the studio right now. So a little bit of intro background. Petland, when you take a puppy home or any pet for that matter, we want you to go home prepared. You can't get fully prepared because training a dog is something that takes time and all that. But the packages so that we set you up for success, kennels, and hey, what is that stain and odor remover with an enzyme in it anyways? And when am I supposed to use it? All these different things. There's, I don't know, somewhere around 30 to 50 items in these packages that help you get control of this and make it a great experience. So training is one of them. We have the online training. You can come into the store and get training and all that kind of stuff. Lo and behold, it was about 2 or 3 months ago. I'm in the food aisle at Petland, Iowa City, and Chelsey is in there. You were what was the food you were looking
for?
It's not Origin. It was.
Oh man, I don't feed it anymore. I'm on Signature now, but
so
I remember it was a Go Sensitivity and Shine.
There it is.
The Go Sensitivity and Shine.
And amazing so we're talking about the food and all that kind of stuff, and she brings out that she is in the training field, and I go, oh really, kind of thing. So we're talking, and I really quickly understand that Chelsey has a gift, a really strong gift on the training. She can work with people and on dogs and just bring them together and help them out.
Let me interject really quick. Chelsey, after about the 4-hour mark of talking to Ron, did you start to get tired and just say,
I was wearing her out.
Can I just pay for my stuff?
I just get my food? Yeah, you know what? It was a great conversation. I love talking about training. I was in there because honestly, I did not know that Petland is the only place that sells this dog food in the area. I was looking for Go Sensitivity and Shine, and I was doing some research, and I was like, wow, Petland's right down the street. I'm going to go in there, get this dog food, and then we just ran into each other, and it was a fantastic conversation.
So that's how it all started. So I said, Chelsey, we need you on board. We need to support your company that is just all about training and kenneling and all that kind of stuff. And you're going to get into that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so we've now got it online. Things are happening, and Chelsey is in the store helping us with training and all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, helping our customers with that training.
Ron, I seem to forget, what are the 2 things with training that we need to always remember about?
What? Consistency. What's the other one?
You can't even remember. Oh my God.
Being consistent is so important, because you do something once, they have no idea why you just did it. So consistency is something that you gotta continue to do. And Jerry, you put me on the spot here. The other one is very obvious, and it's gonna pop out. But consistency.
See, you forgot it also. Don't look at me like I'm the bad host.
Oh my God.
Wendy, what is it? Wait, we're here in silence.
Crickets. The 800 KXIC. It's the Positively Petland show
where we can soothe you.
We both forgot it. Consistency and repetition, or
is it consistency is maybe it is repetition, and I just split it out.
Oh my word.
So all repeating it. I think it is. It's repetition, and that's what I just implied in that conversation.
You did. And so anyway, I didn't mean to hijack and derail you on that.
I'm an engineer. I'm not a linguist. Yeah. I say it like it is.
You know what? Apparently neither am I.
So Chelsey, tell us about what brought you to training and all that kind of stuff, and give us some background.
Okay, so a little bit about me. I graduated from Prairie High School, and went to the University of Iowa on a full academic scholarship. So
what was your major?
I was majoring in pre-orthodontics studies. So I wanted to be
specific.
I wanted to be an orthodontist. I wanted to have my own clinic and work on people's teeth, and that was going to be my life.
All right.
And I was like,
you got a good set of teeth right there.
But here's the thing. I never had braces. I never did the orthodontics route, but I've always loved a good smile. So and I love people. And so that was my route. So I was in school and I was at Mayflower, doing the college thing, and loving it. And at the time I was dating my now fiance, Dylan. And he at the time was living in Adkins, going to Kirkwood. And then the year after, my sophomore year, we moved in together and got an apartment. And he was going to Iowa to be an accountant. He was studying accounting and finance. And I remember it was my birthday and it was snowing out and I was having the worst birthday ever. Oh. And it was awful. And I was like, I want to go do something. Let's go do something. And I've always loved animals. And Petland we had found out Petland was down the street. And
I
so
didn't even know this part of the story.
Yeah.
This is so...
Oh yeah. It was snowing. We had this beater car. We didn't have a truck like I do now. So we were driving through the snow and we went to Petland and we were just playing with the rats and the birds, everything. We were just having a great time. And we were looking at the puppies in the window. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to take out a puppy. So we played with a golden, and then we played with a golden doodle. And then we found Marvel, our little white fluff. So that's here.
Wow.
Yeah. And I held him and he was giving me these eyes that he does still today. Just these eyes. And he was like, take me home, basically. And Dylan's like, we do not need a dog. This is not happening. We're in college. We don't need a dog. And I was like, it's my birthday.
Redeeming myself. I don't have an amazing pet story of the week, but I did pull this one up. Ohio teen, 10-year-old boy's baby tooth is notching a new world record. Curtis Buddy's tooth measured just under 1 inch.
Wow.
You hit orthodontist.
I'm trying to make the connection.
You're
I was trying I was trying to bleed off of what she said.
Yeah, bleeding off of the orthodontics part.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for catching up with us.
See?
My mind works in a different pace than yours.
Word.
Just that it beat a previous world record set in 2005, about half a centimeter. He said that it was the most exciting thing to happen to him all year. He credits his love of milk for helping him grow the monster tooth.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know. No, I know what you were talking about. I was listening.
Just on another. He was on another island.
Thanks, Jerry.
We were having our own conversation over here.
You know what? The second half of the show is probably going to be very entertaining. So join us on Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock. It's the Positively Petland Show. Ron, I need 30 seconds from you. How do we find out more about you?
We will still stream this show live on YouTube. So search Positively Petland Radio Show, and you'll continue on, or you can just come back to it later. We are Petland of Iowa City, located at the Marketplace Mall, across the street from Lucky's Market, Joanne Fabrics, the movie theater, all those things. We are open Sundays from noon until 6. Monday through Saturday, we're open from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. Take advantage of our buy 10, get one free on all of our dog food. And our $5 nail trims. You can't beat that unless you got your dog from Petland, in which case it's free.
You can always go to PetlandIowaCity.com. 8:59, Dan Patrick Show up next on 800 KXIC. Have a great Thursday.
News, sports, weather, traffic, community interviews. Weekdays with Jerry Lawler from 6 to 9 on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City, Solon, and Tipton.
LeBron James and I view the world the same way.
Better talk to your guy, man. He's delusional.
We want what we want when we want it, and if somebody else has the thing that we want, well, then they need to give us what they want.
Huh? What?
I mean, what we want. I got lost. Here's what I want.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I want to be able to listen to the Dan Patrick Show on demand, anywhere I am at any time. Full shows, interviews, and I want videos.
We got plenty of videos, and it's always funny. iTunes or Google Play, it's got everything.
Dan Patrick.
Okay. Well, then I guess I won't trade you.
Okay.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
By the way, coming up after Jeff Passan, I'll tell you the football team that should be all in on Kyler Murray and Antonio Brown, in my opinion.
Broadcasting from the Mercedes Man Cave.
Jeff Passan broke the news yesterday that Manny Machado is going to the Padres. What was the biggest surprise about this deal to you, Jeff?
The biggest surprise is how good of a tease that was. I want to know where Kyler Murray and Antonio Brown are going now, Dan. You can't do that to me.
Drop a beat.
Dan Patrick.
The team, the NFL team that should go all in on Antonio Brown and Kyler Murray, the Miami Dolphins, should go all in. Miami is just faceless. When you think of the Dolphins, who do you think of?
Miami Dolphin kicker named Ray Finkel, who missed a 26-yard field goal in the closing seconds of Super Bowl 17.
Here he is, joined by the four Danettes. It's Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the program. It's hour one on this Thursday. Dan and the Danettes, Dan Patrick Show. Coming up, we'll talk to the Georgetown head coach, Patrick Ewing. Had a big win last night over Villanova. A little bit later on, we'll talk to the ESPN basketball analyst, Dan Dockich, and, of course, recap what happened in North Carolina. North Carolina roughs up Duke. Zion Williamson blows out a tire 36 seconds in. We'll discuss that coming up. Got a poll question, play of the day, a couple of stats of the day as well. You can join the festivities if you like in a variety of ways. You can dial us up, 877-3DP-SHOW. Email address, dp@danpatrick.com, the Twitter handle at DP Show. Say good morning to our great radio partners around the country, numbering 337 cities. Also, DirecTV's Audience Network, Channel 239, and the NBC Sports Network. I think we can all agree that was a letdown. Duke, North Carolina, one of the more hyped games we've seen in recent history. 36 seconds in, everything fell apart, literally. Zion Williamson injured when his Nike shoe blew up underneath him, and the Blue Devils couldn't adjust without their superstar. That was the biggest surprise out of all of this. Zion goes down, and we know.
Yeah, at one point in the kennel, I had 10, but he's got 5 right now. Okay, let's lay down.
Mark,
I'm Chelsey.
I'm sorry, Chelsey.
I'm Chelsey. Nice to meet
Can you? When? Take
I'll
some
send you. I
pictures.
can send you a copy of that too.
Yes.
I'll email you.
Or you can text them to me. That'll be good, good enough quality for posting.
Are you ready to go now, or are you just going to keep talking? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, yes. You don't have to do the whole thing.
I swear to God, someday you're going to bring in a boom truck to the studio, and you're going to park it over there. And there's
I get
like
enough
this,
flack at home already.
He's going to buy one of those steady cams, and he's going to be like, "It's the Positively Petland Show on 800."
Oh, okay. I have thought about how to do that, have a remote crank arm so that you could
It's my show, and I'm going to have to sit here and go, "Director, am I ready to go?" Turn your head a little bit. Be more dramatic. It's the Positively Petland Show on 800 KXIC. Are you ready to go?
I am.
It is the Positively Petland Show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on 800 KXIC. Glad to have you along, and KXIC.com, plus the iHeart Radio app. So I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, but let's jump right back in. No, I didn't.
It seemed intentional.
You know what? It might have been. That's why I'm the host, is oftentimes I'm backed up. So continue with the story. So you're in Petland, you're talking with Ron, and then how did that relationship foster?
Well, you were at the point of
picking out
Marvel. Yeah,
I picked out Marvel, and we took him home that night. And I remember I got my little Petland package. We got a crate and some dog
the way
food.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, our toys, and Marvel's favorite toy. We still have it to this day.
Awesome.
It's one of our little, it's like DNA squiggle toy.
Oh, yeah. That is actually one of it's our most popular toy by far.
He babies that toy. It's like his pacifier. He loves that toy. So, yeah, we went home that night, and Dylan was upset with me because he didn't want a dog and all of these things.
Oh, little friction.
Oh, yeah. It was our first little, figuring life out together with a little puppy. And Marvel was perfect. He was the easiest puppy to crate train.
Nice.
He didn't bark in the crate, and he really started this passion for me of loving puppies and dogs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know and don't think about this, but I'm a trainer right now. I'm a certified trainer, but I started as a dog owner, just like everybody else. I started out as that college student with their first dog. And I did a puppy class. You know, I went to Spot & Co. and did my first little puppy class with Marvel and went through what my clients now come to me for help with. You know, how do I teach a dog to walk on the leash? How do I teach him to sit, to down, to not jump on people? I went through all of that just like everyone else. And at the time, you know, I didn't know that I wanted to be a dog trainer. I just knew I loved dogs, you know, and I was going to school, all this stuff. And then as time went through, I wanted another dog. And of course, I wanted something that was bigger and something little different. Bit, something different.
Wait, was Dylan in on this one?
Oh God, no. Dylan was not a dog
I thought
person.
He was. I thought that was kind of his dog.
No, I was on my own like train at that point.
I was telling Wendy, I go, you come across as a strong-willed
I know, and that's why Dylan and I mesh so well. It's because he's very level-headed, very professional, relaxed type guy, and I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm very spontaneous. Like, let's go do this right now type thing. So, yeah, I did a bunch of research, and I found a breeder down in Griffin, Georgia, that bred and trained service dogs, specifically German Shepherds. And I wanted one of her dogs. I was on her website, and all of her dogs had been titled through the AKC, and it was just wonderful. So I reached out to her. It was Apple Ridge Kennels down in Georgia. And I just fell in love with the dogs that she had. And she said, oh, I've got a litter coming up. You know, I was like, all right, take my money now. Like, let's do this. Like, take my money. And I went down, I got Oakley, and that's where everything really blossomed for me as a trainer. I started working with him and sending videos to this breeder. And she says, Chelsey, like, you have a real talent. And I'm like, oh, it's whatever. You know, like, I just like dogs. Like, it is what it is. But she's like, no, you are doing absolutely fantastic with him. And she invited me to come down for like an entire summer, like just for free. Just come down and I'm going to mentor you, she said. So I went down and I spent an entire
so
summer.
College got out.
Yeah, college got out. All and I went down for the whole summer. She taught me the trade. She taught me how to run a group class, how to do private lessons, how to work with dogs, corrective training, all of that. Okay. I mean, it was fantastic.
In the training world, while there are some courses that you can take, there's really there's not anything.
It's
all mentoring.
Yeah. Anybody could just go and say, I'm a trainer, you know, anybody, whether you have mentorship or not. And that's the scary part, is that anybody can say that they're a trainer. You know what I mean? Whether they've been mentored or taken a class. I mean, there's no actual cookie cutter way to become a dog trainer is the thing.
Here's one of my questions is, obviously you are full of energy.
Oh, yeah.
And you have a lot of excitement, but I'm looking at Oakley and I'm looking at Marvel, and they're just basically sitting there completely still. And a lot of times dogs will emulate how their owners act. They are so docile, but you're obviously full of energy. How do we get to that point?
Well, intro it too, because you have a conversation about, you just said it earlier this morning. We're in a more and more dog-oriented community, and people are letting them jump
and do whatever and go, and that's the thing, is like with our community, everybody's got dogs. The average number of dogs per household right now is 2. That means in our community, people have at least 2 dogs, is what it's seeming like. And so with more and more dogs being in the community, we have got to be on top of our own personal dogs, because it's a liability. If I let this big German Shepherd pull me on the leash and go knock over a lady who's pushing a stroller, I could get in trouble for that. You know what I mean? And so that's the big thing, is we've got to teach our dogs their place in society. Their place. And one of the things that I do with my clients and my personal dogs is I reinforce this calm behavior. I teach my dogs that when I'm not doing something with you, this is what I want. I want you to relax and
Wendy
be
needs
good.
some of this training. Not Wendy personally.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm stepping out now.
So we're going to run a short segment on this one, because I'm getting the hell out of the studio.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I know.
She riles our dogs up, and I'm like, now they're all.
Wendy's
the kids come home and they're like,
just
and the
crazy.
dogs
Wendy's
are
in
going
studio right
crazy.
now. This is where I need to step in and go. The views and expressions represented on the Positively Petland show don't necessarily reflect its show host.
Yes.
So yes, as far as dog training,
As far as dog training, that
Sorry,
is what was
dog,
meant.
that's what he meant.
Because Chelsey, wouldn't you agree?
That's gonna-
most of what you're doing is training the person.
Yes, and that's one of the big things that people say. You're full of energy, and that's the thing is, I'm full of energy because I love what I do, and I love talking about dog training. I could talk dogs all day. Dog psychology, dog training, how to be a better handler. Like that's me in a nutshell. Like that is my number one top thing to talk about. So that's what gets me so riled up. But at the same time, you know, you look at my dogs that are sitting here just chill as a cucumber. It's because we have gone through this program and process of teaching them, this is what I expect of you. They know their expectations.
Mhm.
Everything
And
from
they're-
my dogs is
And they're
black and
digging
white.
it. It's
Yeah.
not like they're
There's
cowering
stress,
or-
yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
no stress.
There's no
Exactly.
stress. The type of training, it doesn't include stress. And we'll get to that conversation because I'm not a completely positive reinforcement dog trainer. I'm not. And people get scared of that when they hear corrective training. Oh, you're a corrective trainer. But this is what you get when you incorporate corrective training.
Yeah, and we've talked on the show a lot about you have to talk their language.
Yes.
And if you don't talk their language, well, then how are they going to learn?
Exactly.
And they don't.
They don't speak English.
And
Yeah,
we
dogs
don't speak bark.
Exactly.
And so we got
that's
to.
exactly right. Dogs are purely associative creatures. Everything to a dog is A equals B. Everything. And so what happens is people will get a puppy and the puppy's jumping on people and they're saying, no, stop. No. The dog doesn't know English. But what the dog does know, I jump, my owner talks to me. So I'm going to jump more. I'm getting attention from that. And that's where we have issues with new pet owners is that they don't understand that this isn't a baby. It's not a baby. And these dogs don't understand language. They understand associations. That's the big thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think you left both of us speechless.
A little bit of morning dog psychology.
Literally, it was like, well, all of that just made sense.
Yes, and that's the thing. When people jump into my program and they start to understand these concepts, it's like, oh wow, I didn't even think of that. Like, oh wow, and we can make so much change in 5 minutes. And people, you go on and read the reviews and stuff like that. The moment that the dogs get with me, the moment I get my hand on that leash, the dog is like relaxed. It's like finally someone that understands me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And people are like, this is like the dog whisperer. You know, it's like, and I stay humble about it. It's just I understand what's going on in their brain, and I think I feel for the dogs. I do, because they're living a life with many owners that don't know how to speak their language. And imagine that. Think about being a dog and not understanding your right from wrong and
Right.
getting scolded and yelled at and all of these things.
Wondering why.
And wondering why. And just imagine that life, you know? So that's really my goal, is to really help clients understand, you know, what's going on in their dog's brain. That's huge. Are you loving on Oakley?
Yeah.
That's
So
a
Jerry,
good
what did you
boy.
just do to get Oakley to come over to you?
I said, Oakley, come here.
Oakley, come.
Yep.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
And look, he
there
comes
it is.
closer.
He came right over.
Oh, yeah.
We're,
It's
we're
pretty
seeing
amazing.
in the studio
He
here,
got
we're seeing
confused.
immediate-
He got confused because she and I said it at
At
the same time.
He says, oh, I'm
Guess
always
which
with
one the
Mom.
dog went to.
Yeah, a good boy.
Just to because we're fine. We've got about 10 minutes to go. But were you a drum major at Prairie? Were you the same way with your bandmates? Because I'm a former marching band
honestly,
member for the University of Iowa.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Do I bring that up from time to time? Were you like that with them also?
Honestly,
doing
it's
corrective
been
behavior?
like, yeah, it's like my whole life, and my parents even talk to me about it. Like now, it's like, Chelsey, you've always been this way, you know. And I just love being a leader. You know, I think it's been something that I've had in me since I was a kid. You know.
Well, I don't actually know anything about your mom, but I know a little bit about your
my
dad.
Yeah, my dad played football for the Hawkeyes back in the day, running back.
So
32.
you got this from your parents.
Yeah.
You were modeling behavior off of them.
I was raised, you know, respect-based childhood. You know what I mean? And I had 2 other sisters and then a brother with special needs, you know, terminal illness. And so we had to grow up fast. You know, we had to be independent children and know right from wrong from the start. And we were disciplined. When we did something wrong, you know, my parents explained to us, you know, this is not how we do things, you know. But if I had decided, all right, whatever, I was disciplined for that, you know. And that's how I grew up. And it just became a part of me. It became a part of me. And I was the kid in the class that wanted to be writing on the whiteboard. I wanted to be in the front, you know. I wanted to be the leader, you know. I was a teacher's pet type thing, you know. And growing up, it just started to bleed into my adulthood. And I ended up, you know, doing this. And
I think what makes this so powerful for me, being able to talk with you, and it's Positively Petland show on 800 KXIC, is the fact that you brought in Oakley and Marvel, and the products are literally sitting in front of me. There's other trainers that we've had come in, and just different guests in studio, whether it's with Petland or whatever. I mean, I have 175 guests through every single year, and I talk with a lot of different people. The products are sitting directly in front of me. And I'll tell you, these dogs are the most docile, calm, around your high energy that I've ever seen before. And so the fact that whatever you've done with them
done something
is working.
The proof is in the pudding, to use that phrase. So going back to your relationship with Petland, I'll let you guys
And so with my story, I ended up, I did my mentorship down in Georgia. And I remember I was getting ready to go to the airport, and she says, Chelsey, what are you doing with your life? I said, I'm going to school to be an orthodontist. And she's like, you need to be a dog trainer. And I was like, no, definitely not. You know, and
did you literally go?
I think I did.
That's one of the greatest sounds that translates on radio. You can do a visual on whatever, but that's the greatest sound. And Robin Williams, now I'm going to go off on a tangent.
Yeah, okay.
Robin Williams' favorite sound from the Actor Studio is.
Yes,
that was his favorite sound.
Once she did it,
just because
exactly who you're doing.
It's one of those sounds anyway. Translating through radio. Anyway,
I love it.
Continue on.
So I remember I was on the plane and I was thinking, and I was like, dog trainer, like, is that even a thing? You know, like, can I even
had some time to yourself?
Yeah, I was like, can I even make a career out of this? Well, I came back. I changed my major to veterinary sciences. I was like, I'm gonna be a vet. Okay, like getting through, and I worked at a vet clinic, and I hated it. Yeah, it was just too sad for me. It wasn't my calling. I mean, can you imagine her as a veterinarian walking in? Yeah, I mean, she'd be great. But there would be some energy in that office. Like, hi, it's like I need to put my dog down.
No,
sorry, you know, like So
I didn't see you going there.
I worked at a vet clinic, and it wasn't for me. And then I was still in school. So, you know, I had student loans. It wasn't like I was like in a career like right then and there, you know. So I switched and I worked for a dog walking company, and I liked it. But again, I was there to walk dogs, not to teach them how to walk on the leash. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was getting frustrated because dogs were pooling and it still wasn't my neck of the woods. I applied at Petco to be a dog trainer. That didn't work out. And then I found myself at Bounding Hound in Coralville. It's a daycare now, but at the time they were like a full-fledged like dog trainer facility, and they are a positive reinforcement only dog training, which is great, but just, you know, it's great. It worked for them. And I learned a lot working for Bounding Hound. I learned a lot about, you know, basics of dog psychology and all those types of things. But down in Georgia, I was taught corrective training only. And then in Coralville, I was taught positive reinforcement only.
So you got a mix.
And then I was like, yes, I said, we need the best of both worlds here.
That's where the pendulum has really swung. So 60 years ago, there was a lot of negative type training, and it did get way too far. But then the pendulum went all the way in the other. Don't even touch, only, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But that's doesn't work all the time. It does a good job.
And their program's great. This is not to discount their program. Bounding Hound's great, and they have a daycare, and they're wonderful. But for me as a trainer,
I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything about them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in society now it has come back to the middle where, hey, a mixture of both, you know, hey, don't yell. There's no place. Don't hit.
Yeah. There's no place for that. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I'm a corrective trainer. But
can you just expand on that for 30 seconds? What's the difference between the
difference? Yeah. So positive reinforcement only is where it's treat based and vocal based, and there's no popping on the leash. It's just all commands and treats. That's all it is. Okay. Corrective training is where we start to utilize tools. A slip lead, like what Oakley has on. He's got a choke chain or a slip collar, a pinch collar, a Hermspringer pinch collar, e-collar. Those types of tools can be used. And with every great tool comes great responsibility. There are people that use those wrong, and that's what gives corrective trainers a harder time to teach clients about them, because they're so used to seeing the far end. Oh, somebody was popping on the collar with a pinch collar, or they left the e-collar on a dog too long and now he's got, scars on his neck or something. You know what I mean? But when used correctly, we can get this picture of dogs relax. Both of these guys have been corrective trained.
The slip collar that you're talking about, I got some training on that. It was just a couple months ago, and little Susie, our Maltese poodle, 7 pounds, pulls. So it's not like a huge deal, but it's still irritating when you walk. Your arms going back and forth. Yeah. And so I put the slip lead on Susie, and I just did it in the house. Within 15 seconds, she had figured it out and was and all of a sudden was right by my side the whole time.
This goes back 35 years ago, and I didn't even think about it. My standard poodle that I had, Kinte, was just this beautiful black poodle. But I was a little kid, and I didn't even think about it, but we had a slip collar on him. Just because it was easier for me to be able to walk the dog as a smaller kid. Here's this beautiful big dog. And he got trained, and it was very easy to walk him after. And we probably didn't even think about it back then
as a thing. It was so normal. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about corrective training. I don't yell, I don't hit, I don't kick, none of that. Everything that I do is just relax. I don't have to, because I understand the dogs. I can use my tools in a way that they understand, and everything's relaxed. And it all goes back, again, a little bit of morning dog psychology of when they're puppies. Okay. When you've got a litter of puppies with a mama dog, and I've seen it happen. But if a baby puppy goes up and bites their mom on the ear, you know how a mama dog corrects them? Right on the neck, right on the neck. And so it starts on day one of getting corrections from their mama dog. And that's where collars come from. An e-collar is supposed to mimic a mama dog correction. That's all it is. That's what it's for.
You're the only one that has ever said that. I've said that for 10, 13 years. And you're the first one that I've not said it to, but said it back.
See?
That it mimics the bite. That's all it is.
That's all it is. And same with the pin.
Speaking their language like you just did.
And that's the big part of it. And a lot of people, again, corrective tools are temporary. Yes. They have to be used properly, so that one day you get to this point where he's on a slip leash or a flat collar. A pinch collar, e-collar should not need to be used for the whole dog's life. It's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone to teach the dog right from wrong in a way that they understand. So that's a big part of corrective training. And this doesn't discount, you can't ever use treats with your dogs. I'm not saying that. I just don't make my dogs. You've
seen the best of both worlds as far as positive and corrective.
Yes, I have kibble in my pocket right now, and I'll reach down and give my dog a piece of food. Why?
Jerry's interested right now.
Reward.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, you want a piece? You want a piece of kibble?
Yeah, give it to me. No, I'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Seriously?
Yeah, give it to me.
All right.
Ew!
Oh, yeah.
How's it taste?
Yeah, it's wonderful. So
you're probably gonna need a drink of water.
Probably.
It's a little dry.
Yeah,
it's a little bit dry.
So dry.
Oh my
How do I know this?
A piece of kibble. Wow.
I will do anything for Ron on the Positively Petland show.
He even sprayed bitter apple into his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't continue though.
Yeah, you need some water.
Why did I just do that?
Yeah, here, take some.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. It is the Positively Petland show Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. You didn't think I was going to do it, did you?
Yeah, I did it. I was like, okay, he's gonna. No, he did it.
Weird human pet tricks. Ron, tell us more about Petland, Iowa City.
Are we wrapping this up right now?
Yeah.
Is that where we're at? Okay. So we are Petland of Iowa
Unless
City.
there was something else absolutely that you had to get out, but we're backed up against time.
No. Chelsey will be back on the air with us. So we'll get her going again.
Wonderful.
You didn't think
maybe he ate a piece of kibble.
Stuck in my teeth.
Well, now I'm verklempt. We are Petland of Iowa City, located at the Marketplace Mall.
It's actually not that bad.
Really?
The food.
Ew.
Oh, so now we're going to start eating kibble on here. All right. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm not going anywhere fast right now. We are Petland. We're open Sundays from noon until 6, and then on Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Come in and join us. We'll eat kibble every day with Jerry in the store. Take advantage of our buy 10, get one free, by the way, on that kibble. We track it for you so you don't have to, so it's that easy. We have, 40 different brands in our store. So, and we always say, if you don't see it on our shelf, ask us about it. We most likely will bring it in just for you. So we really want to cater to you as a customer. And then the nail trim, everybody hates doing the nail trim. Just bring them in. It's $5. Just bring your vaccination schedule in and we'll take care of the rest of it for you. If you bought your puppy from us, or cat for that matter, we'll do it for free for you. So just come in and bring them in. What else do I need to do, Jerry?
Do you have a website?
Oh my
I'm still coughing over here. We are PetlandIowaCity.com. PetlandIowaCity.com. You can check us out on Facebook. Search Petland Iowa City. Oh, Chelsey, say your information.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
how do we get a hold of you? You can come into Petland. We have all of our information. We can sign you up for classes and all that kind of stuff right there, then and there. But
if you want direct access to all of my dog psychology information and dog training, you can go to knallhartacademy.com. We have a Facebook. We have
Spell
a Google.
that for me.
Oh, yeah. It's KNALLHART Academy. So ACADEMY.
Gotcha.
.com. and and then we have a Facebook, which is Knallhart Kennels and Training Academy, and a Google page with all sorts of reviews that I tell people go read. Everyone leaves us awesome reviews about my dog training program. So find me on just about anywhere. I've got Instagram, all of that good jazz.
There it is. And you can go to PetlandIowaCity.com. PetlandIowaCity.com. Thanks, Ron.
Thank
Chelsey,
you.
Nice meeting you. Oakley.
Oakley and Marvel.
Marvel, you are beauty. And that big German Shepherd Oakley, my Lord, I would take that boy home in a second.
He'd lay on the couch with
Thanks
you.
for stopping in, Ron. You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Positively
Bye.
Petland Show right here on 800 KXIC.